What's up, King M. Dot? What's up, Preezy? How are you? Good morning, people. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to make sure I don't accidentally turn anything off. Good morning, Mel Gray. How are you? Not me dropping shea butter, but yes. What's up, Macker? Hello, McDad. Good morning, Crystal. What's up, Bob the Gambler? What's up, coolest mom ever? How is everyone? What's up, Crystal? If you are joining me anywhere except the tick of the talk, you got it, Mel Gray. Please make sure that you say hello. Good morning, Anas. Salam, friend. If you are joining me anywhere other than the TikTok, please make sure that you speak when you come in the room, or I will not be able to see you. What's up, David? Good morning. Hello, Rachel, Ali Nicole, Gummy Nerd, Ahmed Darari. Good morning. What's up, Farah? Hey, Farah. Good morning, Rocky Dean. What's up, Amy? I think of you every time I play this song. All right. Y'all good this morning? Good morning. Good morning. What's up, Win Dixie? Hello, Veronica. Y'all, listen, I got the real, homemade shea butter. Good morning, Sherry. And do y'all know how hard it is to, rub in, all the shea butter? Good morning, Kathleen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, I still have an old sticker from last night on. Okay, that means I need to do a new sticker this morning. How is everyone? Everybody up and breathing and aware and all the things. What's up, Witch? Good morning, Conchita. I hope I said hi to everybody. Good morning, Tara Love. Good to see you on the tube of you. Yeah, everybody's good. Yeah, you're great, Megan. We should all be great. What's up? Besides, yeah, I'm serious. This stuff is thick as all get out. You see me? I'm still rubbing. I'm still rubbing. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning to the other Amy. Yeah. So, good morning, Red Hot. What's up, Chris? Good to see you. So how is everyone? I am obviously feeling pretty soaked today, very excited. What's up, Nini? Good morning, Lanny, for humanity. Appreciate you guys. As you come in on the TikTok, please make sure that you go up top, click your daily heart, and then click it again so that you can claim your points. That way you can level up, right? All of that is good. Oh, you came to TikTok, Christoph. Come on and join the panel. Come on, you came to TikTok. You must really want to talk to me. Come on. He's really mad at me for some reason. Yeah, he does love me. Yeah, Melinda already. Good morning, Eric. Hey, Jennifer. Yeah. Y'all, Christoph has left the Facebook and come to TikTok. Probably because he got blocked on Facebook for being a comment king, but not being willing to join a panel. Good morning, Sunshine to Peach. What's up, Sarah? Cheryl? Yeah, I'm not doing comment kings. We should have a no comment kings protest. If you're not willing to just man up and join the panel, don't be mad when you get blocked. Good morning, Colleen. Hey, Jess. Oh, he joined TikTok, y'all, just to say you're a joke. It's so wild to me. Good morning, Clarice. Every time I see your name, I think of Anthony Hopkins in Silence of the Lambs. Every time. What's up, Find Out? Yeah, every time. I want it with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. That's what I think of. Right, Sarah. He can do everything except actually join a panel. It's really cute. Good morning, Kathmandu. How are you? Christoph, you're not joining? Yeah, Blackburn in the middle. Yeah, girl, because she's running for governor. She real scared right about now. Just saying. So yeah, folks. um, No, Cam, they never do. It's all right. Good morning, good trouble, Pink Panther. So listen, what's up, Pen 1010? Good to see you on the tube of you. Really, what's up, Truth Seeker? Good morning. So really excited to see everybody in here and to have this conversation today. We actually do have quite a bit to get through, and I have a hard stop because today is VA day, right? Where I have an appointment at 1 p.m. So I have a hard stop in 3 hours. I'm glowing this morning, probably. So alaikum salam, Noor. Yeah, like, hey, good morning, Gio. Good to see you. So okay, Blue Honey Pot. Okay, I didn't even see one, but I will double check it because there was so much going on yesterday. Thanks, Gio. I appreciate it. I think I said good morning, witch, but if I didn't, good morning, witch. So when I thought about this today, right, this morning, and I was, as I do, thanks, Triple T, I appreciate it. Hey, Tech Lady, as I think about kind of what I want, appreciate it, Carla, what I want the imaging to be behind me and things like that. When I do it and everything, it's, I try to make it represent, hey, Taryn, good morning. I want it to represent oftentimes everything that we're going to talk about. And yeah, you too, Invisible. And yeah, we are going to talk about last night's election. Yes, we are going to talk about the results and the impact. But I really wanted something. I don't know. I wondered, like, I played around with it a little bit, like what images would I use? Good morning, Sunflower Fish. And then I was like, you know what? Because I really did have this thought. So see if you guys follow me on this. I had this thought this morning as I'm thinking about, like, what does it look like the morning after? And here's what I really think, right? I believe that you are going to see the GOP put on a good face because I wouldn't expect them to do anything different. I would not expect anything. I would not expect, anybody on the Republican side or on the GOP side of things. Aziz, good morning. I would not expect any of those individuals to have a real conversation about the state of that district, right? I wouldn't expect. Good morning, Audra and Alice. I don't know, Amy. I don't know. And really, I don't know. I don't know. The answer to me is I don't know. And I don't even know if you want to be honest. So, like, here's my thing. I think that you would have to be able to have some sort of indication that there was an impact. Like, who would have, I honestly don't know. And I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if you want to taint. I don't know if you want to taint the success of what that campaign was with a court case, Democrat, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes, just letting people see who they are is more damaging than trying to make them be responsible, You know what I mean? Oh, I would imagine that it is, Audra. I would imagine that it is, but I don't know that it makes a difference. I mean, I think this is something that if we are being frank and if we are being honest, we understand that when it comes to elections and tactics, the Republican Party is not above doing things that are questionable or maybe that cross the line, right? As we saw with the mailers that went out, people, I know they said they were going to investigate them, Rachel, but I just don't know if it will lead to a court case, and I don't even know if it's worth it if it does. You know what I mean? Because, and especially because it depends on like who sent them out, what organization was responsible for them. Was it his campaign? Was it someone else? Was it whatever? Who knows? And so I just don't know that it's worth the whatever. If no, Sunflower Fish, I don't. Not at all. So let me say this, folks. Listen. Okay. Right, Rachel. That's what I'm saying. This is nothing new. It's been done before in other places. So I don't think that there's anybody that should really be surprised about this. And anybody that says it had an impact, sunflower fish is just speculating. Nobody knows if that had an impact. You would literally have to have people that tried to go vote today and said, oh, I thought the election was today. Good morning, Scotty ABC. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have that. Right? We just don't have that. And so I think it's really important for people, anybody that says, oh, I think these mailers had an impact. It's just what they think. I don't know, Phyllis. I can see comments. So I don't know. Yeah. So, I mean, this is my thing, folks. I think that people need to just kind of sit with the fact that this is a district that in 2024, Donald Trump won by 22 points, right? Yes, Tony, no, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. So can you please, Stoney, show me where Democrats sent out mailers telling people to go vote for the other candidate the day after the election? Stoney, I would like for you to share with me a specific election in which the Democratic Party sent out mailers to have people go vote for the opponent on the wrong day. When you can do that, then you can tell me that both sides are the same, because you can't do that. This is the thing that's so crazy to me when people say, oh, so it's just the Republicans, right? Well, in this particular thing that we're talking about, yeah, it's just y'all. Like, yeah, no, in this particular thing, yep, it's just y'all. That is true, Pickles. It's a mess down there, right? But I think it's really interesting to me when people want to be like, oh, so Democrats don't do ABC. No, they don't. And you know what's crazy is I love that they don't, and also hate that they don't. I love that they don't, and I hate that they don't, because sometimes I'm like, fuck it. If they don't want to play by the rules, don't play by the rules. But then I go, I don't really want a world in which no one plays by the rules, right? And so that part is significantly important. Okay. So, oh, they are very, 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 very concerned. And we're going to talk about the shift that took place in these counties. So once again, you had, yeah. So I really want to hone in on this for everybody. I need to put a sticker up. Hold on one second. I got to bring y'all closer. Yeah, y'all are real close now, aren't you? Jeez, oh, Pete. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to do this, and I'm going to say exit that out, and whoop. Okay, so that's going to be that. I'm going to actually stick it right there. And now we're good to go. And I can actually, y'all, I have a bajillion things up here. I so need to organize my desk and all of those things, but I only have so many hours in the day. You heard me just knock some shit off trying to move y'all back. But yeah, so like there's only so many hours in the day. And so I put this up here because I thought that would be helpful, not for you guys, for those guys, so that we can talk about the rest of this. So thank you, Lisa, for sending me the link that I asked you to send me. So let's just talk for just a second about Congressional District 7 in Tennessee. And we're going to talk about my incredible friend and dedicated public servant, Afton Bain, right? And just what an absolute incredible election and showing that was last night, with it being a special election, with there literally being July, August, September, October, November, 5 months to run a congressional campaign. That was a tremendous showing. And I want to give you all some good facts so that you understand why I am all smiles this morning. And this is what I imagine their faces look like today. Oh, Mark Green is who previously held that district. She announced July 9th. Yeah, he resigned. It used to be Mark Green. If you all can imagine, Mark Green is who previously held this seat. Okay. And so, what's up, Dad Jokes? Good to see you. It's very, very interesting how all of this has turned out, right? And I think it's really important for Rachel. That does not surprise me. He's fucking disgusting. Let me just say this. I cannot stand Mark Green. I sat in his office in 2019. I talked to him about the legislation that had been passed to create the medical monopoly. I talked to him about all of the people in Northeast Tennessee that were going to suffer as a result. And he just looked me in my face and was full of shit. Good morning, cuz. What's up, Carla? So yeah, I'm not a fan. It's the same reason. Well, it's one of the reasons I also am not a fan of Marsha Blackburn, because I've sat in her office and saw her face to face after they had to call her in. And they don't give a damn about Tennesseans. So that means I don't like them 100%. Yep, he only wanted to pass the big barbaric bill. She's more than vile, Clarice. I agree with you 100%. So we're going to talk about the election last night. Oh, I know, David. I'm very aware that there have always been progressives, not just in Nashville. There are progressives across the state of Tennessee. But when you get to, Nashville and some of the bigger areas, whether that's Nashville, Chattown, even over around the Memphis area, the gerrymandering does make their impact less, right? That's a big deal. So in my opinion, there's got to be there's got to be some focus on that, and people talking about it and doing something about it, right? So the way that I feel this morning is I feel that if there's anybody that has an issue with me or what I'm saying, or progressives or liberals or any of that, feel free to request up today. Today is your day. Today is your day to just let's go, right? I'm ready. We can have all of those talks. I just want you to be ready with facts, and don't be mad if you don't have them. And I do, right? That tends to be the grievance, is you want to talk about your opinion and your thoughts, and I want to talk about facts. So I'm going to just say to you that if you do request to come up, then just expect to be able to have a fact-based conversation, right? Okay, so let's talk about a few facts around this district, historically speaking, okay? So I want to talk about Tennessee District 7 over the last several elections, right? Just 1 year ago, in the presidential election, this district was won by 22 points. Trump won the 7th district by 22 points. Like that's just not double digits. That's double digits doubled, right? And then plus some. Good morning, Christine. Lisa, what was it in 2022? Because I know you looked it up, and in 2020. Yeah, Renee. 100%. So Brian, I don't know who you people is, but yeah, we do research. So if you would like to come on up and have a conversation, let's do that. 32 and 34 points. That's what I thought. So Brian, I sent you an invitation to come talk about off year and same year elections. Hey, received Grace. Good morning. Hey, Tina Noel. Good to see you. So let me see if Brian comes up. And listen, folks, if there is anybody over in the world of YouTube or Substack or Facebook that would like to join as a guest, let me know and I will drop the link over there as well. What's up, Auntie Tinker? I'll drop the link over there so that other people can also join from those spaces if you would like to. Grand Rising Rebel, good to see you. Brian, honey, where are you? I don't see you. I sent you like a direct invitation. All you have to do is just click accept. And you should make it right on in. Thanks, blessed and grateful. Appreciate that. Whew. Okay, so while we're waiting for Brian to decide if he's going to join the panel or not, let's talk about the historical implications of this district. So this is a district that in a matter of about 4 years, I don't know what side you're talking about. I don't know what side you're talking about because I am not a registered Democrat. I don't belong to any political party. So, you know, what's great, Brian, is just to not make assumptions, but to actually come find out about things. I mean, you can just say that you're just here to talk shit in the comments and you have no interest in really discussing facts. You can say that if you want to. I mean, like, it's easy. You can say it. It's okay. You can say, I'm just here to talk shit in the comments. I don't really have any interest in having like productive conversations. You want to do that? Hey, Mary, honey, we're aware that this was not a presidential election. I'm just saying. Brian, all you have to do is say, I'm just here to be a comment king. I don't actually want to talk about facts or politics or policy. That's all you got to do. It's okay. And then we know who you are. But don't pretend like you are interested in facts and then say, I'm not coming up because you aren't interested in facts when I'm literally giving you an invitation to come discuss facts. Like, bro, come on. And again, let's talk about it, Brian, because I can show that you're not accurate. Like, it's not hard. If you think that what you said is facts, then let's come discuss your facts and my facts. Thanks, Lisa. Are you coming, Brian? Right, they do, David, try very unsuccessfully to rage bait. I don't do rage baiting. It's not my thing. Well, I do have some. Come on up and we can talk about them. Here, I'm even going to send another invitation for you, just in case you didn't make it. Wait, where are you? Where'd you go? Oof, you just went by so fast. Here, I'm going to send it to you again. Come on, Brian. You got enough followers. You should not be afraid of a panel. This should not be a thing. We should not be wasting this much time with you just spouting off in the comments. You should just be able to come on. Like, seriously. This is ridiculous. You're a grown adult. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. What's up, Chat Town? I see you. Okay. All right. So here's the thing about this district. Okay. In 2018, District 7 had a Republican point lead of 34 points. So what does that look like when we talk about like actually winning elections? So what that looks like is Nini, sometimes when you mute people, it's bad for the algorithm. Like, seriously, I would just say, stop responding to him. That's what I would say, is if people just stop responding to him, he can just talk to his damn self, since he's not interested in coming on the panel. Right? So listen, so when we talk about 34 points, you were talking about 66 to 34. Good morning, happy girl. Right? Yep, Laura, pretty much. So can you imagine Republicans previously used to winning by 34 points? So beating your opponent by 34 points. That's what this was in District 7 in 2018. And in 2020, that number was 33. So virtually the same. So we are talking in 5 years' time. In 5 years' time, District 7 in the state of Tennessee went from being a 34 point district down to what? 9. Single damn digits in 5 years. But guess what? It went from double digits to single digits in 1 year. Trump won that district by 22 points. This was a Republican district that was won by Donald Trump by 22 points. Right? And they only won last night by 9 points with a short election time, right? And Green won by 22 points. Yeah, Mark Green won by 22 points. So this was a 22 point. Now, let me tell you, this is why they took Davidson County and gerrymandered the fuck out of it. So if you all remember my conversation yesterday with Sean, when we talked about gerrymandering, I gave this specific example. So I'm going to kind of show you what this looks like on this map for everybody. So let me show you. Oh, I'm not going to be able to show you guys. Well, I'm just going to draw it then. How about that? Let me draw it just really quickly. I'm going to kind of give you a sample of what I'm talking about. So if not me divvying up shit. Yeah. Okay. Okay, this is going to be my fake ass map just to show you all what I mean. Okay. Okay. So let's just say that this is Davidson County right here in the middle. Whoops, I got to take this down for you guys. Down. Okay, so let's say that this is Davidson County that's right here in the middle where it says Davidson County. And all the counties around Davidson are Republican counties. And you want to minimize the impact of the Democratic votes in this county. What you do is, right. You break up that particular county and put it into different districts, right? So what I might do is let me change my colors so that everybody can see. Perfect. So what I would do if I'm the GOP and I want to cheat, right? Here's what I would do. I would take this little part and I'd make this part of a district. I take this little part and make this part of a different district. And then I do this part, a district, this part, a district, blah, blah, blah. So now I've taken up this massive stronghold where there's lots of progressive voters, and I've now broken them up into, this is along the lines of what I'm talking about. So this is what happens when they understand gerrymandering really hit home for you this election. So I hate that. Here's what I'm happy about. I'm not happy that I'm not happy that gerrymandering occurred. What I am happy about is that it occurred in such a way and so visibly that people now understand what it is and what the impact of it is, right? So when you take what you know is going to be a Democratic stronghold, and then you break it up into so many different districts, right? Then what you do is you take that group of very powerful progressive voters, but you put them in so that they are now the minority in a district that has predominantly Republican voters. So instead of them being in the district with the rest of them, right, where their vote would actually be effective and be able to have an impact, right? That's what matters. So there are lots of people that live in Nashville. It's supposed to be every 10 years. I often talked about it in a TikTok post. That does not surprise me. I love that she did. But so just so that people understand, this is I'm sorry, I couldn't read. No, so I mean, Christine, if you want to, you know what I mean? But think about it. What you're saying is exactly what some Republican candidates did last year when they ran for office as Democrats, but they were actually Republicans, right? And so for me, and I know this might be, I don't know, this might be whatever, like, good morning, Roland. It might be kind of hippie girl, like kumbaya, whatever, right? But the thing about it is that I think about the energy that I put out into the world when I do that. I think about the energy that I put out into the world when shut up, Lisa. She called me goody two shoes. I'm definitely not that, right? But I think about what happens if I put out cheating energy into the world and the impact that has, because I just do believe that you reap what you sow. And sometimes it takes a little bit longer for you to reap, right? But I think of it like wine. I think about the longer it takes, the more potent that shit is going to be when it catches up to you, right? And so I think that's really important for people to know and to understand. So when we talk about gerrymandering and the impact of it, I can't say to you for sure. I'm sure that there's somebody somewhere statistically that can tell you what that impact is and what it would be if the gerrymandering hadn't occurred. But what's most important Right, threefold, which what's important is for people to understand just that it happens and what it does all across the country. When we talk about redistricting, that's what Texas is doing. When Texas says we are going to create new districts that will give Republicans 5 new seats, what they are intentionally doing is they are taking large pockets of progressive Democratic voters, and they are breaking them up, and they are pulling smaller portions of them into larger portions of Republicans so that they're creating a district they know they'll win. So they are intentionally working to minimize the impact of someone else's vote. Like it's an intentional thing. Okay. Now, and I want to be clear for anybody that says everybody does this. Both sides gerrymander some, but Republicans do it no holds barred. And every time there has been a bill put forth in Congress to ban gerrymandering at all, it has been the Republican Party that voted against it. Why are you voting against it if you believe you can win fair and square? Why do you vote against something that would keep everyone from cheating? Right? Why do you vote against something that would keep everyone from cheating if you believe you can win fair and square? Okay. I think it's just really important. Well, Blackbird, Roy, come on and tell me how that's a lie. I sent you an invitation. Hello, what did I say that you believe is a lie?
That the Republicans voted against the bill to end. You pull it up. You've let me know where you're finding that from, and don't bring up CNN or any.
I don't watch CNN, so don't start. Number one, don't start by making assumptions because you don't know me. That would be Blackbird. Settle down. We're gonna have a respectful conversation. Yes. We are going to have a respectful conversation. That is what I do in this space. Okay? You in the comments said that I lied. I asked you, what did I lie about? I didn't mention CNN. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch MSN. I don't watch mainstream media. It's not what I do. Right?
Well, that's good.
So what you might want to do is not come into this space with a ton of assumptions about me because you don't know me. Then we're probably more likely to have a more productive conversation. Okay. So,
okay, go ahead.
Yep, I will. So in 2021, U.S. House Republicans, except for 2, voted against, and those 2 were absent. They voted against H.R. 1, which was called For the People Act. And it required states to establish independent redistricting commissions, non-legislative bodies that would draw political district lines. All House Democrats, except for 1, voted for it. So that was the bill that would have prevented gerrymandering across the country. And all but 2 House Republicans who were absent that day voted against it. All Democrats voted for it except for 1. So again, share with me how what I said was a lie.
Well, here's what I've noticed.
Wait, before we go to what you've noticed, I want you to share with me how what I said was a lie.
Okay, can I talk?
As soon as as soon as we finish this part, yes. But we're not going to go to what you've noticed until we address the fact that you called me a liar. That's what I thought. He left. Yeah, I'm not pivoting to shit. Yep, not doing that. Can I talk? Yes, as soon as you address the fact that you were wrong when you called me a liar. Shit. Good morning, Kellyanne. Good morning, Sandra. Like, I don't know where you think we at. Did anyone talk about who did you vote for? No, we're not talking about who I voted for or what you've noticed. We are talking about the fact that you in the comments called me a liar with your name saved by grace. You might want to go back and have a little talk with Jesus, Blackbird saved by grace, because I'm sure Jesus wouldn't have you coming into a live calling somebody a liar without knowing for sure that somebody was a liar. I think Jesus would say to you, okay, own your mistakes and be accountable for your sin. In this case, causing strife amongst your brothers and sisters, right? When it's not applicable, right? I think there's them 10 commandments that everybody keeps wanting to put in everybody's damn school. I think one of them things says, don't lie. So anyway, when I said that it was the Republican Party that voted against a bill that would eliminate gerrymandering, that occurred in 2021. Okay. Can I talk? Yeah, as soon as you address the fact that you called me a damn liar. Okay. Right, Kellyanne, it is way too early for this nonsense. But so when right, it was real quick. It was real quick. He just bloop, bloop, bloop. He disconnected himself and ran away. Yeah. In his case, Amy, it was not just the caucasity, it was the male mediocrity. That's what it was. It was both of those things combined together. And what he believed to be his moral superiority. Don't quote CNN. Shut the fuck up and you'll know what I'm going to quote. I'm going to quote the bill. Like, it's like wild to me. Real to life, please don't spam the comments. You'll see I have 4 guidelines for this space. One is be respectful, don't use slurs, don't spam the comments, and don't type in all caps. Okay? So Trump just pardoned a Texas rep and his wife who were convicted of bribery. Of course he did. Listen, this joker is pardoning crooks right and left. This is not a man that cares about it's not a man that cares about law and order, just so everybody is clear about that. No, spamming my comments is offensive to me. Like, that's not hard. I didn't say don't put in the American flag. I said don't spam the comments. That's not hard. Good gosh. Pay attention, people. When you spam the comments, it clogs up the comments for people to be able to actually have a conversation, and it actually hurts the algorithm. So that's why I say don't spam the comments. I know, Renee. Okay. Willow, I'm not sure what you mean. Correct. Good morning, Shira. Sharon. Yeah, it's not hard. I don't know what you're saying about Waltz and Omar. What about them? Good morning, Tony. Good to see you. Well, see, I give people an opportunity to listen. And when you don't, you just get the block button. So real to live will be real in somebody else's live. Yes, really. I don't know what you're asking me. I So either you want to explain to me what you are asking or you don't. Thanks, Renee. I appreciate it. Be specific. Good morning, Sherry. It's wild over here today, people. It is wild over here today. So let me just um, mm, yeah, I'm just saying. Well, but Sandra, that's not true. Like, there are people that have been Trump supporters. There are people that have been part of MAGA that absolutely do believe facts and truth. It just depends on how you get them, how you get the information to them, how you have a conversation with them, all of those things, right? So, yeah, all of those things matter. Um, well, Willow, why don't you join the panel and we can talk about it? Join the panel and we'll discuss your topic because I had another topic. And I'm not sure who Tim Walsh is, but that's not the governor of Minnesota. That's not the governor of Minnesota. Good morning, Sandy. I'm just saying. Yeah. So, Willow, you're not joining the panel either? I'm just saying. um yeah, so what are my thoughts about an investigation in from Scott Bessent in right. I love how Willow and like ignores invites. Yeah. So let's see. I still don't see you coming up there. I've sent out a couple of invitations. Any of you all are welcome to join the panel. If I sent you an invitation, you are welcome to come on up. I'm just saying, don't be comment kings. Are you asking me who is the governor of Minnesota? Tim Walz, Walz. Walz, not Walsh. Those are two different names, two different people. David, you are silly. Sorry, guys. It's a lot happening over here in these TikTok streets. Yeah, Josie, I don't do that because it hurts the algorithm. So, you know. All right. So anyway, so the information that I wanted to let you all kind of digest with me is that when you think about right, Christine, when you think about what has transpired over the last 5 years in this district in Tennessee, which is Tennessee is presumed to be safe, right? Tennessee is a state where the Republican Party doesn't expect to have to pour millions of dollars into it, right? The Republican Party doesn't expect to have to call in their heavy hitters to defend seats in Tennessee. Good morning, the Eye. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. So, are you new? Are you new to my space? Are you new to my live?
I see your. I usually see your live from the back. I don't enter it just because I'm. First of all, I'm Canadian. Second of all, I like what you're doing. I mean, sometimes I enter and I just give you some likes.
Mm-hmm.
But I know, I thank you for your advocacy, not only for Palestine but for progressives in the U.S. You know, progressives. We really need them in the U.S. right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just want to say, good morning, and you're looking beautiful as always. You have a great face card. You were in the military, right?
I was.
So I didn't know they let beautiful people in the military. I thought it was just all
Yeah, no. So, yeah, I know. I caught that comment, which is why I brought you up. So here's the thing. One of the things that's frustrating about when people, and I know you didn't mean any harm at all, right? But when you're actually in the military, and you're in the military as a woman, right? As a female, it is the types of comments that are perpetuated by that, and by this idea that women that are in the military have to look a certain way, they have to be hard, they have to be gay, they have to be this, they have to be that. Mm-hmm. It's really harmful to the women who do serve. So I get it. It was cute, and I gotta stand up for my women that are still serving, and just make sure that everybody's clear. Pretty people can kick ass too.
No, fair enough. I apologize. You're right. You're absolutely right. Yesterday, I made an even worse mistake. So this guy was saying some wild shit. You know what Trump has been saying about the Somalian community, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, right. So this guy come up, and he's black. He's like a light-skinned, good-looking black guy, no homo. And he just had long hair, and I was just kind of pissed off at what he was saying because he was coming at Somalis, and I was just like, bro, you need to cut your hair to get a job. You can't even get a job at that. That's racist. You know what I mean? So we all have to check ourselves constantly, and I'm no different.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no. And like I said, I knew you didn't mean any harm by it. It's just always helpful because I'm always mindful about everybody that's in the room. I even did it the other day for somebody that I know is 100% on the right side of history. But the comment was something else. I can't even remember what it was now, but I was like, hey, come on over here for a second. Let's remember, because we have those things that are just subconscious and unconscious, and we just say them, especially when we're irritated. So it's always important that we continue to check it on a regular basis. 100%.
Absolutely. And someone said in the comments, that's real. That's very real. She said, I believe it's a she, why do men always focus on external attributes, pretty, etc., but on men, it's internal, strong, smart? She has a point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, there's the focus on that. So true. So appreciate it. But thank you for I know it was a compliment, and thank you for being able to take the feedback and accountability. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have a great day.
So,
I think it's just so important for exactly, Jenny. But the thing about that is, so Jenny said, for those of you guys who can't see it, Jenny said, My kids get told to cut their hair to be professional, and they are Native. And you know, what people don't understand about the hair in Native culture is that it has significance, right? So, well, you were doing okay right up until that, and now you've been blocked because I don't do misinformation and bullshit. So, don't reply back to Willow anymore. Willow's been blocked. Just let Willow sit over there, wherever the fuck Willow is. Willow is blocked. And when I block, it's like blocked. So don't even bother responding. Yeah, right. Receive grace. So, but you know, saying things like that about, you know, Native American individuals, especially sometimes I hear it about boys or men, and it's because they don't understand what that means, and to that community and to their culture, and the idea that there's one particular culture, one particular societal standard of what's civilized, what's professional, which tends to be white and European, is just not the case. And we have to continue to change those perceptions and continue to make sure that other people are informed about, you know, other cultures, other communities, and how we see what is professional versus what is not. One of the things that I believe has been the most harmful to our societies is this distinction that gets made between business and personal. There is so much bad behavior that we excuse because it is done under the guise of business. It is done under the guise of, well, it's just big business. It's just, you know, this is what success looks like. This is what whatever looks like, right? And so we excuse all types of behavior, which is crazy because personal ethics should apply in business as well. The standard of what the golden rule should be, the golden rule should apply in business. And there were some people that go, ew, no, it shouldn't. Yes, the fuck it should. Yes, it should. Would you want somebody else to pass on higher expenses to you? Would you want somebody else to give you shitty quality for more money? Like, it should apply all the way around. And if it did, we would live in a much better society than we do now. Right? So I just need everybody to understand that. So when I talk about Tennessee, and this is the thing, here's what I want people to understand. It is not that Tennessee is becoming more progressive. It has been. There has always been progressives and Democrats in Tennessee. It's why we've had so many different Democratic governors and Democratic elected officials. It has only been the last 15 years, 14 years, where there has been a concerted effort to turn Tennessee super duper red and to suppress the vote of minorities and progressives in that state. Right? And the correlation, whether people like to admit it or not, the correlation is going to go back to when this country elected a brown man, not just once, but twice. If you don't believe, if you have not wrapped your head around the fact that white men in power said, oh shit, okay, you're not living in the real world, because 100%, that was a wake-up call. That was a wake-up call to the old patriarchy. That was a wake-up call to the white male positions of power that have always dictated and always had the majority of power in this country. Right? And so I think that it's really important for people to understand. And it's not just that Barack Obama was elected once, but he was elected twice. It was also that even some of the most prominent, respected Republicans stood up for him. You know, when John McCain refused to do away to keep the Affordable Care Act from passing, that was a big deal. When John McCain shut down the lady in the audience from bringing up the birtherism bullshit, that was a big deal, right? And when Barack Obama also stood at those pains and said, listen, no. They can debate, they can express, they have free speech, right? There was a danger there, you all. The danger was that you now had a very prominent example of bipartisanship that was also biracial collaboration and respect. And when you recognize and remember that the primary tool of the Republican Party has been the Southern strategy, you now no longer have that strategy. You get it? Am I making sense? Are y'all following with me as we connect these dots? It is not just, oh, a brown man became president, so let's just whatever. That's part of it, but it's more than just that. It's the fact that not only did this, brown man get elected, and he had the respect of some of the most prominent Republicans that were respected across every aisle, right? It's wild, you all. And when that is prominent on the forefront in front of absolutely everybody, and you have John McCain shutting down that birtherism bullshit, right? You have them shutting down that rhetoric, and him getting, appreciate you, Cindy, and getting the Affordable Care Act passed. That's dangerous, because what happens if we demonstrate as a country that bipartisanship can be biracial and respectful and legitimate, and not only can it be, but it should be. And here's the perfect example of how it is and how it functions. And when it exists, we actually can pass legislation that is really beneficial for the people in the United States of America. Y'all follow me on that? Right, Rebel, inclusive. Good morning, Veronica. So when you think about that, it is absolutely no wonder that Lindsey Graham had the response that he did in 2012 about why Mitt Romney was losing to Barack Obama. Right, Marky, it scared the bejesus out of them. On so many different levels. And it's really important that people grasp just how ingrained this is in our country as we know it. This is something that is just part of our DNA. You know what I mean? It just is. And so I think it's really important for people to kind of pay attention to that, connect those dots. Pepper, in my opinion, we don't need term limits in Congress. I believe that term limits in Congress is a microwave solution for lazy participation in democracy. Because the flip side of that coin is, if I have someone in Congress, good morning, Joan, that is doing a kick-ass job, I don't want their terms limited. I'll repeat it. So what I said is that term limits are an excuse for lazy participation in democracy. We have term limits, you guys. The people are the term limits. Vote them out. We are the term limits. We would remove them by voting for somebody else. That's how you remove them. You know, and then it's up to us to make sure that we have people that are willing to run for office. And we're not doing that. Most people think, good morning, Peeps for Peace. Most people think that the pathway to politics is go to college, get a law degree, then run for office. No. And I'm going to tell you why that's a no for me. I think that is like the law degree. Do that if you want to go down the judicial path. Become a prosecutor, become a defense attorney, become a judge. Like, do that. Okay. Congress doesn't. Do you all understand that people who serve in Congress they write what's going to be the laws, but they're not the actual people who write them. There are lawyers that work for Congress. Hey, Dax, there are lawyers that work for Congress so that when bills are being put together, those lawyers make sure that there's nothing in that bill that violates existing law. Okay? So your representatives don't have to be lawyers. I will tell you this, I would prefer people that are going to go into Congress. I would prefer those people have a background in social work. I would rather those people have a background in healthcare. I would rather those people have a background in humanities or civil rights, even, or history or education, right? That's what I would prefer. Good morning, Island Boy. No, federal attorneys are appointed. Your federal prosecutors, they are appointed. Yep. This administration appoints them illegally, though. But yes, they are appointed. just like federal judges are. Right? I don't know that I would want us to vote on the Supreme Court, to be honest. Good morning, Lori. I don't know that I would want to vote on the Supreme Court. What I do think that there has to be some sort of different process than what we have now. Because the bottom line is, you all, confirmation hearings aren't working. The way that confirmation hearings currently happen, they are not working for what's in the best interest of the people. They're not. Well, so here's the thing. When we talk about, we vote on municipal judges. Yeah, but just not at a federal level. Thanks, Everett. Appreciate that. Do I think a rep could be good for the people and not college educated? Hell yeah. Of course I do. Of course I do. Yeah, listen, a college education doesn't necessarily equate to a good representative for the people. Yeah, like that's not a thing. I know people that are college educated that are fucking horrible for the people. Right? So I'm just saying. So like I literally just don't think that so let me just say this. I think organizations like the Federalist Society, I don't believe that they should exist. Nope, I don't want to be classist either. Take a bow. Good morning, Wadme, and I'll tell you why. There, just because somebody is born with wealth doesn't mean they're going to be an asshole and a shitty person. I know a couple of people that are rich as hell and are amazing. So no. I'm just saying, you guys. So listen, let me tell you what you guys are wanting. You guys are wanting to not have to do the work. Here's what you want. You want a black and white example. You want to put people in a box so that you know what you're going to get. But you can't. That's not how human beings are. That's just not the case. They are individual people. And so what we need to do is create a society in which information about people is easily accessible to the general public. Accurate information is easily accessible to the people. Even people that like if we create a society where people don't have to work 2 or 3 jobs, they have time to actually look up their candidates. It doesn't matter. They don't have to have life experience to be able to have empathy and get it. Okay, listen. We need to just listen for just a moment, folks. So here's my thing. Everybody, you all want, oh, well, let's just make term limits. Let's just make sure the candidate has this. But the reality is, all you do then is create a criteria that someone intentionally checks all the boxes for, and you still end up with what could be a potentially horrible damn person, a horrible representative. You cannot create a criteria that all you do is check the boxes. For every piece of legislation, there should be a summary that is written in the average reading level of a sixth grader, point by point, that is made for the public. And that summary that is written in 6th grade reading comprehension should say this section refers to this specific part of the bill. This is what this means. Because why? 54% of this country reads at a 6th grade level. And I don't believe we should have AI summarize it into 6th grade level, because I have no desire to kill the environment so that AI can do it. I think this is an opportunity to create jobs, hire Americans, hire people to do the job. Look at that. All of a sudden we can employ people. I'm just saying. Create jobs. These are new positions. These are new positions in Congress. These are new positions in the state legislature. These are new positions in your city government, where people do a summary of all of the laws, the proposals, the propositions, the resolutions. And the same way that when you go to Congress, you click summary of the bill or whatever, you can click comprehensive summary, and then you got it. Right. It's the office joke. Explain like I'm 5. And imagine if we did that. Because guess what, y'all? That's what I did yesterday with Sean. You saw me do that exact thing with Sean yesterday. It's what I do all the time when I'm on here. I just say it in regular language. We have a conversation about gerrymandering in regular language. We have a conversation about DEIA in regular language. We have a conversation. You understand? But do you know what the best part of that was? I did it with no judgment of him and with no oh my God, condemnation. You follow me? Because some people, as soon as he started talking, some people, I saw some of the comments where people were about to mock, because this is what people do. They think, oh, well, that's what MAGA sounds like. That's horrible. We should never be shaming people for what they sound like. Right. You just talk to people at their so this is the way that I say it all the time, is I just want to flex into your window, right? So that you can see and hear what I'm saying. That's it. If you think about this in every conversation, if you desire to be heard, it's your responsibility to change the way you say it. If you want to be heard. You follow me on that, guys? If you want to be heard, then you need to make sure that you are communicating in a way that the other person can hear and understand what you're saying. It's why they tell lawyers all the time, don't say heinous in front of a jury. And they do it all the time anyway, like dumbasses. Right? So this is the reason, y'all, our political climate is changing because people have changed. Right, red hot, especially on Law and Order. But think about this. We are not the same society that we were in the 90s, in the 80s, in the 60s. We're just not, right? Right. Always presume competence and speak in everyday language. And because we're not, right, that means the systems and the powers that be are going to have to change to accurately represent the people. The problem is that many of the people that are in positions of power in this country have been there since the fucking 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. And they don't want to leave, right? Many of the people that are in Congress and in positions of power have been there for decades upon decades. So they are going to be resistant to the change that is coming. Nope, Denise, that's not the argument for term limits. That is an example of us getting lazy when it comes to democracy. Literally, after yes. So let me just be clear, okay? So after the civil rights movement and schools got integrated, and especially after gay people could get married, everybody just was like, oh, fuck it, we're good. We've done all the heavy lifting. Everything's great now. Right? Nothing else to do. We're good. Not on the grand scale that it should be. You have little pockets of people. Everybody just sat the fuck down and was like, yeah. And while we sat back and thought we were good, really corrupt, horrible people got into politics and studied how to make that shit and the law work for them. You hear me? They got into politics. They set up their think tanks and they started saying, okay, how do we get this shit back on track to what we want? Right? Just saying. Oh, Cosmo, are you back? I swear. You must have listen, yes, I'm single, but I'm not looking. Okay. I'm not looking. So you don't have to show up here every day. Good morning, Barbara. Yeah, I'm just not that into you. I'm just saying. Thanks, Teresa. Oh my gosh. The trolls are trying today and they are missing the mark woefully bad. But I want to talk about what happened in Tennessee and why it's amazing and at the same time sad. Can I tell you? So let me tell you, we're going to talk about why I think it's amazing in just a second. But first, I want to share with you why I think what happened in Tennessee yesterday with District 7 is sad. Now, can anybody guess why I think what happened yesterday was sad? What do you think my reason is for saying that what happened yesterday was sad? What do you think? So I'm just going to read some of the comments. Voter turnout, not enough voters. He won't work for the people. Democrats didn't do their job. Winning versus losing mentality. The votes because of Donald Trump. The people will suffer more. It's always sad when we lose. They didn't flood money in. What's up, Bilal? How hard the GOP came after they realized that it was going to be a hard. Okay, almost is not enough. Too close. No, I'm going to tell you why yesterday is sad. Because it took so long for the Democratic Party to realize they should be investing in Tennessee and other states that they think are red. What is sad is that it just happened. It's sad that the Democratic Party waited until other people had busted their asses for years and years and years. And it was only when they thought they could win something, when they thought they could do something good for the party, that they decided to pour money in and pull out their people. That's what's sad. That's what's sad. Because there are districts just like 7 all across this country in quote unquote red states. Tennessee is famous, especially Northeast Tennessee, for having seats go uncontested. So watch this. What percent of seats in Tennessee go uncontested for Congress? It's even worse on a state level, by the way. So, well, let me just tell you the whole country. Can I tell you the whole country? So in 2024, last year, 32% of the seats nationwide were uncontested. I'm going to say that again. Last year, in 2024, 32% of all seats across this country went uncontested. That means there was no opponent. That means there was no opponent. Right. A third of our seats went completely uncontested. That means there was somebody running and they didn't have a competitor. It's crazy. Give me a second. Whoops, hold on. I don't know if it'll tell me this because it's a very specific thing that I'm asking. So this is something that I would have to look at because what I want is to see. Oh, here we go. Thank you. So by state. All right. So you ready? Okay. I want you guys to listen. In the state of Alabama, this is for last year, you guys. This is for last year. In the state of Alabama, 76% of all seats were uncontested. 43% of their federal seats were uncontested. 80% of their state executive seats were uncontested. And 91% of their state judicial seats were uncontested. And 77% of their local seats were uncontested. Apathy-led non-democracy, 100%. So Kentucky, 51% of Kentucky's seats total were uncontested. 33% of the federal seats were uncontested. 80%. I'm lying. Sorry. Hold on. 51% of Kentucky's total seats were uncontested. 33% of their federal seats were uncontested. 55% of their state legislature seats were uncontested. And 43% of their local races were uncontested. Salam, Astrid. Right. It's because nobody was going to run against them. And this is why. So listen, it costs money to run. And I'm going to tell you something that the Republican Party does that the Democratic Party doesn't do. The Republican Party invests in rural areas. Listen to me, y'all. The Republican Party invests in small towns and rural communities. So listen to me when I say this. Republicans don't really have to worry about the city too much. Do you want to know why? Because rich people in the city are going to vote for their pocketbook. Follow me. rich people in the city, if they are Republican, they're going to vote for their pocketbooks. And some Dems will too, if they're rich. But people that are in small towns, rural communities, non-urban areas, the Republican Party invests in those areas, and they do it year round. They do it year round. So check this out. Have y'all ever seen this little free newspaper that gets into your newspaper box or your mailbox? It's a little free magazine. It's called what are they? The Economic Times. Y'all seen that little free paper? That's right wing and free, and you just go to your mailbox and that shit is in there for you to read. Name for me a free Democratic. So like we get those in Tennessee. My mom gets it, right? You get them in small towns and rural communities, typically more Republican areas. Name for me a free Democratic paper or magazine that just gets sent out and you just walk to your mailbox and there that shit is in your face. No, they got the money. Democrats have the money. They just spend their money on fucking celebrities and dumb shit. Oh, Epic Times. Thank you. That's what I was looking for, Everett. Thank you. I don't know why I had the Economic Times. Epic Times. That's the one. Thank you, Everett. Democrats have the money. Are y'all kidding me? They just don't do it. Nobody is voting because Marshall Mathers said vote. People are not going to be like, damn, your boy M was up there with Kamala and he said we need to get out the vote. And that's not what the fuck is happening, y'all. The only music artist that I know that might have some influence in that way is Taylor. If your name ain't Taylor Swift, nah. Right? And people in these communities feel like, well, shit, the Democratic Party doesn't even care about me. I don't exist for them. I know good candidates that have run in Tennessee and gotten not just in Tennessee. Let me not lie. Listen, not just in Tennessee. I can tell you right now, people that I know that are running, Callie Barr is running for Congress in Michigan. It's a rural community, small town community in Michigan. The Democratic Party more than likely will not help her. And they need to, because Jack Berman's an asshole and horrible. But I'm just saying, they could unseat him. Listen, Callie is, God, I need to get our fucking interview off my other computer. This happens all throughout the country, where there are so many people that are running and they're not getting any money from their state party, and they're damn sure not getting money from the national party. Hello, Democratic Party. Do you see what can happen? You can cut a 34-point district down to single digits in 4 to 5 years. And now you know what's going to get on my nerves is if the Democratic Party pats themselves on the back. It wasn't the National Democratic Party. This has been a lot of local grassroots organizing that has been happening in Tennessee for years. This win comes off the back of local people in Tennessee doing the damn job. It's not because of the National Democratic Party doing shit in Tennessee. Right. Sandra said, you're right. I work with this guy whose brothers are millionaires, and he said they hate Donald Trump, but they voted for him because of their tax breaks. This was a 9-point race last night, you guys. In 2020, this was a 33-point race. In 2024, just 1 year ago, that was a 22-point race. Just 1 year ago. It's single digits now. I don't know. Rachel, I'm horrible about names and shit like that. I might and just not know that I do. So Roswell, Georgia now has a Democratic mayor. She ousted the Republican. Look at that. The Republican incumbent. Y'all do know that, right? Well, no, people did go down there to back her eventually, right? Like even Al Gore came out. But I think it's just really important. I think it's just really important. Let me give you all a few more. Yeah, but listen, that was not a smart thing, Rachel. And she actually came as part of her book tour. She and Afton weren't actually ever together. And I think she shouldn't have. I think it was smart because Afton's whole focus was trying to keep that race local. She didn't want, right? Yeah. So Kamala came as part of her book tour, but she and Afton didn't appear together at any event. Right? This is 100% seeds for 2026. If you don't think that this is a physical representation of the emotional state of the Republican Party today, it sure is. I promise you. Now, Donald Trump probably won't look like this because he doesn't have the emotional capacity to digest what actually happened and process it to know they're in trouble, right? But I can promise you that Mike Johnson and Marsha Blackburn and many others within the GOP woke up this morning and their whole soul looks like those facial expressions. Their whole souls look like that. Because they actually understand. Right? Diana Harshbarger looks like that. And I do love this for them. The key is, will the Democratic Party learn the lesson that this election could have taught them? Are they going to learn the lesson? And I don't know the answer. Yeah. If you only won your race by 9 points in a regular, safe seat, I don't know, Rachel. I don't know. I don't think that people not knowing how to mail in ballots is the issue. I think that, well, number one, I think that somebody should be introducing legislation in Congress that So in Congress, I think that federal elections should be a holiday. I don't think anyone should work on election day. I just don't. And let me just tell you, if we can do that shit for Christmas, if we can do that shit for Thanksgiving, we can do that shit for fucking voting day, right? And I think that states should make statewide elections also a state holiday. I just do. If your country actually wanted the highest level of participation in democracy possible, they would do that. I'm going to say that part again. If your country actually wanted the highest level of participation in democracy possible, they would make it a holiday. Just saying. Okay. I'm going to go over just a couple of more states so that we understand part of the problem in our political elections. Okay. What's up, Ethan? Okay. I need water now. So, Sandra, the Supreme Court did not make Donald Trump untouchable. Okay. I'm going to cover this one more time so that everyone understands Donald Trump is not untouchable. The Supreme Court did not make him untouchable. The Supreme Court said that as the president, he has presumptive immunity for what was done in his official capacity as president. And then they sent it back to the lower court to determine what was in official capacity. That is why Jack Smith amended the indictment and got rid of the extra accounts and the extra things that might have been considered as part of his presidential role, and then had a second indictment that was trimmed down and ready to fucking go. And if the American people had kept Donald Trump out of office last Christmas, we would have been celebrating Donald Trump's ass in court on criminal charges. And very likely, a week or two ago, you'd have been sitting at your Thanksgiving table giving thanks for him and all the people involved in J6 still having their asses in prison because there would be no pardons. You'd be giving thanks for all of that. And all you had to do was keep him out of the White House. That's it. Shut up, Mr. Barrios. You're talking about, I feel the G's OP's coming on. Yeah, because G's OP's, it ain't that hard. I want people to stop saying he's untouchable. Stop saying that man has immunity, because he does not. He does not have immunity. He has presumptive immunity, and only for acts done in his official capacity as president. So if I were some of these people, like real talk, some of these people that he has gone after on Truth Social, I would be downloading copies of all of those posts and all of the things. Well, no one's doing anything now because he runs the fucking government and he can't be prosecuted while he's president. The people who were charging him was Jack Smith last year. listen, y'all. If I were those people, I would be downloading and all the screenshots of everything his ass has said on Truth Social. I would have it all in a damn document with the corresponding statutes for the laws that he has violated, right? Which, by the way, the majority of what he does has to do with political candidates. Y'all do understand that that in and of itself is civil rights intimidation. That's a felony. No, Jack Smith should not be the AG. Jack Smith should continue to be a special prosecutor. And in my humble ass opinion, Kamala Harris should be the AG. Because she's a badass fucking prosecutor and she ate up everybody in California. She went after the big banks and made them pay. She went after the cartels and got their asses hemmed up. She went after big tech and got their asses together. That's where I would put her. I would put her ass straight as the AG. That's just me. Yeah, no, Denise, I don't track Trump like that. My I'm saying is that if it were me, right, and he had done and said those things on his Truth Social as a person, because Truth Social is not his official presidential anything. Yep, and he'd be held accountable for every bit of that shit. Yeah, but here's my thing. Listen. Oh, I'm gonna try to settle down for just a second. We are not going to say the only thing I have against Kamala Harris is the support she voiced for Israel, when the vast majority of Congress is in Israel's fucking pocket. We are not gonna make this one black woman responsible for fucking Israel, because Israel has been illegally occupying Palestine for 80 fucking years and committing a genocide long before Kamala Harris was running for anybody's office. So we are not going to lay Palestine at her feet. Because nobody laid Palestine at anybody else's feet before that. I am so tired of this being said about her. You didn't hear this shit said about nobody else. You didn't hear it said about Joe when he ran. You didn't hear it said about Barack. You didn't hear it said about Bill. You didn't hear it said about George. And she was the fucking VP. Did anybody say anything about Pence? Did anybody say anything about Pence? Did anybody say anything about Trump during his first term? Tell me when a vice president has ever been held responsible for world wars besides Cheney, and we all know why. Tell me when a vice president has ever been held responsible for the wars that an administration gets into. And like I said, Dick Cheney, rest in peace, or not, your ass, we already know. Never. Never. And I know that everyone is used to black women saving the fucking world, but that ain't her job. That was not her job. Her job was not to fix what all the white men had broken. That was not her job. Thank you, witch. So I just want to be clear about that. Yeah, we're not doing that. What's up, butterfly? I'm just saying, folks, I'm tired of hearing that. I am really tired of hearing people act like all of that, like everything that happened in 2023 is Kamala Harris's fault because she was the vice president. Since when? Since when? Since when did we start expecting vice presidents to run the world? It's the craziest shit ever. Listen, and after Cheney, all they did was go to fucking funerals, pretty much. This is the thing that just like does me in with y'all. If you really want to be mad at somebody about Israel, go after your fucking congressional representatives. That's who appropriates what we send to Israel. Go after Congress. And how many people in Congress are black and how many people in Congress are women? Again, not on us. Just saying. This is one of these things, folks, that I will stand on this hill 10 toes down with my chest all the way out. Because that shit is not on her. And I don't give a damn that her husband is Jewish. I don't care. That does not mean anything. And there's nothing in her track record that proves that because her husband is Jewish, she would allow millions of people to just be annihilated. There's nothing in her track record that indicates that. Nothing. So, just saying, miss me with it. I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm just going to tell you, as a biracial woman, just like Kamala Harris is, with my granddaughters and her nieces, I'm going to tell you, there's something about us that we don't look into the face of babies. Because when I look at my grands, I see babies in Gaza. Right? You can't convince me that she would just be like, oh, well, we need to rebuild the third temple. No, I don't believe it. If that were the case, she would have never said, we need a two-state solution. Israel is allowed to defend itself, but in proportion. She would have never said those things if that was her take. And she said those things. She said the unaliving of innocent people needs to stop. She said there needs to be a two-state solution. She said that this response is not in proportion. So I just want to be very clear. And I believe that had she been in office when the tide turned the way that it turned this year with regard to Israel, she would have taken action a long time before Trump, and it would have been real action. Just saying. So, we are at this place. Today is a day where I do have a hard stop. My hard stop is at 1:00 today because I have self-care at 1:00 for me. Will I do a live later tonight? Maybe. Or later this afternoon? Maybe. But I have to do self-care for me first. And it's really important that I do. Last time I got ready to do it and literally logged on in tears. So, what I'm doing right now, this is what I do. We are doing a battle with A Money tonight, Sandy. So thank you for reminding me about that. So this is the time during my live where, we are battling for gloves today. We are battling tonight with A Money so that we can get gloves for my battle on Friday night with Abu Saraj. This is all TikTok battle stuff. So this is the time of the live though, guys, where I open up my panel and I bring up some of our guests that live between the river and the sea. Okay. And during that time, if you have magic beans and you want to use those magic beans to give them support, then this is the time to do that. Okay. I'll bring up one person in the US and then I'll bring up one other person. TikTok wants you to do battles and they help you in rankings and all that other stuff. And Abu Saraj had asked me to do a battle a while back. And so this is the way we're doing it. Okay. So I'm going to, oh, I didn't even see that you requested, bro. I don't know if he's still there. Nope, gone. See, that's what I get for not looking before. All right. So, thank you, Jay Bird. I love the scared faces too. All right. So I'm going to continue to give political information as we do this today. Okay. And we don't have that many requests today. So I do. So my link tree is a great way to provide direct support. So if you want to do that, then that's the way to do it. Okay. Damn, she must have a bad connection. You see how it's just, I got you, DJ. See how it's just spinning?
I was about to do the call the wild for our friend.
I'm going to need you to stop. Yeah. So see how she's going to time out in a minute. So if you guys are going to give her any magic beans, you probably want to do it quickly because she's got bad internet, folks, bad connection, and she's going to time out soon. See, told you. Damn. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it. I knew it was going to happen. So she'll come back. So, Cam, I tried to do Soha, but it didn't work. Damn. I tried to do Soha and it didn't work. It didn't feel like it even gave her. Yeah, it's because it couldn't show you, Janice, it couldn't show you because her internet was not doing great. So she probably got them, but so it was Amal talks, Sandy. It was Amal. So let me explain something, you guys. Things are really bad in Gaza right now. I don't know how many of you all know that Israel boomed a school on Sunday. I don't know how many of you all know that they unalived 2 brothers this past Sunday. The brothers were 10 and 12. They were out trying to get supplies for their dad. Their dad is, they were out gathering wood. Their dad is in a wheelchair. And so while they were out gathering the wood, they, according to Israel, they said they crossed the yellow line. And so they unalived them. I don't know what they thought these two little boys, I don't know what kind of threat they thought these two little boys were going to be. But that's what they did. Their father was absolutely, just as you can imagine, distraught when they went to bury them. And, you know, it's just really important, you all, for us to understand that 300, it was a drone they used. They used a drone. But it's important for us to understand that since October and the fake ass ceasefire, they have continued to unalive 354 Palestinians since then. Yeah, DJK, it was a drone that dropped a Grenade, right? But I need to say those numbers again, you all. I need to say those numbers again for you, because it's not been a full 8 weeks, right? So it was the first week of October, like October 7th or October 10th, right? And we are now at December 3rd. That means we're not even at 8 weeks. So you do the math. If they have unalived 350 Palestinians in 7 weeks, that is an average of what? 50 a week? 50 people per week. So we can do the math again. 50 people a week means what? 7 a day. I know, Amal. She's saying she's got bad net. They might boom tonight. I know, sis. I know. So during a quote unquote ceasefire, they are booming and unaliving 7 Palestinians every fucking day. Every day. Yeah, she's saying the drones are out there. I know. Jets too. Girl, the rapture is not what needs to save us. It is religion that is causing this. It is literally Zionists believing that Israel is they are the chosen people. Like, religion is the problem. And it's not the Muslims. It's not Islam that's the problem. It's Zionists and Christian Zionists that are the problem. And I'll tell you what I don't trust. I don't trust Israel now all of a sudden saying they might open up the road to let people out of Gaza. It makes me concerned when they're saying that at the same time that there are drones and there are jets. It makes me concerned. So, they want to open it one way only. Yeah. See, I don't trust them at all in any way, shape, or form, because they've just shown me who they are and I believe them. So I'm going to make the box bigger. I think this is the one. So this is the yellow line. Alaikum salam, sis. How are you?
How are you doing, sister? Alhamdulillah, always great to be with you guys. I'm gonna brief it because my connection is awful. We're back, unfortunately, to share the maps. This time I was hoping that we can share good maps, but unfortunately it's not. This is what you see, guys. is the Gaza Strip map. Okay, it shows to you the whole strip. If you can see, it is divided into two areas. It was supposed to regarding to the Trump proposal for the Euroline to be in the first stage, and in the
You
second
can't see the
stage
map.
they will
I will get it from
withdraw
her though.
to the minimum borders areas. What they are doing now is that they are actually forcing the fact that they will continue to take control on the yellow line areas by saying that they will start rebuilding in those areas. They are now providing a concept that called a green cities. Basically, those green cities or green areas, like don't imagine that they will be green at all. Okay, it's gonna be about more like concentrated camps. Okay, it's gonna be more like mobile homes. They will put them basically in Rafah and in the north, like Beit Lahia, Beit Hanun. They will tell the people, go there while we fix your homes. The problem is that they will never let the people go out. They're gonna control them. The people won't be allowed to go out of those areas.
Right.
The people won't be having any services, but the Israeli ones will allow them to have. And this is going to control all the Gaza Strip. This is going to lead for the Americans, for the American government, and for the Israelis to take control on the land and take the benefits. And you all know what's the benefits, especially the gas ones. It is going to allow them to continue dividing the strip. It's going to continue to like follow anyone who's related to the resistance, and it's gonna be worse than you guys see in the West Bank. This is actually dangerous, and you can see that's more than 42% of the lands that's gonna be inside the Israeli occupation. That was definitely not something that was said in Trump's proposal. Okay, and
Right.
those forces that's gonna come, it's unknown what their authority is gonna be, but I don't think that's for the good of my people. And when it comes for the ports are opening for one way out, and they're saying that the people who leaves won't have a good chance to come back in here, knowing that we're about to deliver the last body. So it's one body that's left. And if they delivered it, it is supposed to be for the port to be opening normally, both sides, but they're saying that it's not gonna work on both sides. So we have to wait and see what's gonna happen. Today they were saying that they are there is like fights going with resistance members in Rafah, the ones who remains in Rafah, and unfortunately, the Israeli media is overestimating what's going on, which leads like they are, trying to say that this is our excuse to bomb Gaza tonight. Everyone is warning in here, our news channels, everyone is warning the people to be careful. Those Israelis can do suddenly bad things, so we're worried that tonight there might be bombs going on. So your prayers, guys, as always.
Yeah. Appreciate you, sis. Thank you for sharing. If you can, I need to message you anyway. Let me message you when I get off here, or actually when I get out of my meeting. And then, yeah, that's why internet is bad. And that way you can send me the map, because I can do a post on it and I can send it out in my email as well for people. So that way it's not just on the live. So
yeah, sure, sis. I've been waiting for
I know I keep forgetting. My brain is just so much all at once.
Anyways.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. So folks, do me a favor.
It's okay, sis.
I got you. I'll message you. Somebody remember to message me. Some of my people just hit me up at like 3, like after I get Bella and Mila and all of that, and say, hey, did you message Amal? I know I shouldn't need that, but I'm just being honest that I do need that. So if somebody could do that for me, that would be fantastic. So that we do that. Appreciate you, McClark. She's almost at 2K, folks. Thank you, Witch. So if we could do that, that would be amazing. And we'll go from there. So yeah, so Yeah, that would be fantastic. Or set my magic watch. I should set an alarm. Yeah, hold on. I gotta set it through my phone though. I don't be fucking with the match. Okay. Appreciate you guys for topping her off. Why did AI say Libya politics? The lie you tell, it is Gaza. I am not talking about no, I'm not. I mean, I could, but I'm not. I'm talking about Palestine. Salam Abu Malik. That's what I'm talking about, just so we're clear. Yep, it's in there too. Thank you, Sandy. Just like Amal, there are just like the other ones that are in my link tree, folks, direct support links. Amal has a link in there as well. And probably in her profile. So those are there. So yeah, make sure you do that, please. I'm gonna just do the best that I can. Okay. Assalamu alaikum, Abu Malik. For those of you guys who remember, yeah, alhamdulillah, keep halak.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
Yeah. So for those of you guys who remember our friend Abu Malik, he had several kids, and one of them suffers from significant malnutrition. And I get it. Like, yes, there's malnutrition everywhere, and he has one child that is significantly, and yeah. So anyway, if you have the ability to do magic beans and help out, that would be greatly appreciated. Hey Ikram, thank you for showing up. I appreciate you very much. I said this yesterday and I'm going to say it again. And he does not have a direct link. I wish he did, but because he doesn't, magic beans are the only way that we can support him. Okay. Thank you, Kat. I appreciate you. If any of you all are familiar with a medical condition known as wasting, if you're not familiar with it, I would encourage you to look it up. Based on how he's described it to me, that appears to be just about the state that one of his children is in, who's a young teen. Okay. So thank you, Sandy. So anything that you can do, Amal, watch putting the links in there, because TikTok will ban me for putting links. Yeah. If you put any sort of magic bean links in there, I can get bananaed. Okay, so let me kind of, so I'm going to just read to you guys a little bit of kind of an overview on it. Hold on. So, it's acute malnutrition, which is typically defined with a child that's being too thin for their height. It's usually because of recent rapid weight loss, and it is life-threatening. Good morning, Nance. It is life-threatening. If I remember correctly, and I don't know if Amal, can you come back up real quick? So just so you can translate for me. I don't know if you're still in here, you or Wadme, or thank you. You're there. Oh, DJK was here too. I didn't know. Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, Abu Malik had shared with me that one of his kids is significantly underweight, and I'm trying to remember what he told me. Can somebody ask him, either you or DJK, ask him again?
اوكي السلام دي جي كي. ابو مالك انت كنت حاكي عن واحد من اولادك عنده مشاكل في الوزن، شو مشكلته بالضبط؟
I think it's his 14-year-old.
ابو مالك موجود؟ ابنك اللي بيحكوا عمره 14 سنة.
عمره 14 سنة صحيح. كان الوزن عنده 8 كيلو، والحمد لله رب العالمين من اليوم وزنه يعني 13 كيلو. الحمد لله انه حاليا الوزن 13 كيلو.
شو كانت مشكلته؟
استنى ويت دقيقة قلت 8 كيلو وهلقيتها وزنه قديش؟ 13 كيلو؟
حاليا 13 كيلو نعم صحيح.
5 كيلو زاد.
So Danny, so his
صحيح.
son, his 14-year-old son weighed 8 kilos, which is nearly 20 pounds.
Yes, that's what he told me last time, and I wanted to make sure.
And now he has gained 5 kilos, so he gained another about 15 or 10, 12 pounds. So his 14-year-old son, 14 years old, weighs less than 35 pounds.
Yep. So that's what he told me, and I wanted to be sure that I was saying it right. It's the condition, you guys, is called wasting, and it is really significant. And that is why I usually keep him up every time I see him. He does not have a link. DJK, I would love for us to find a way for him to get a link or something. And I know that even everybody knows the feeding is, yes, it's literally, you can look it up. It's a medical term. It's wasting malnutrition. The stage of malnutrition is called wasting. So one of the reasons, like every time I see him, I bring him up because he doesn't have a link. And I would love a way for us to be able to, and he hates it when I get upset. So I'm trying not to cry. He doesn't like it. Last time he was like, oh, I made her cry. And I was like, no, you didn't. But if we could find a way to get him a link or something, that would be great.
Let me ask him why he didn't have one.
Okay.
So أبو مالك موجود ولا مش موجود معنا؟
نعم.
طب تسأل داني بالنسبة للينك بالبايو عشان بيقدروا يدعموا ويساعدوك، مش بس بالدعم الكوين على تيك توك، بدهم يبعتوا مصاري على طول. ليش ما في عندك لينك؟
أنا في عند حد يعني إنه على البايبر إنه يبعت عنده يعني حاليا.
Sorry, you guys. I know that you're on this side and you don't see what's happening over here. But
تفهم كيف الوضع يعني ما في أمان يعني.
طيب ليش ما بتحط الباي بال تبعك باللينك؟
والله ما بعرف أعمل. ما عمري يعني عملت.
إذا بتعمل edit على الحساب تبعك من وقت على طول بتعمل edit، بتدعس على اللي بيكون لينك، وبعدين بتحط الويب سايت تبعتها يعني.
وعلى طول ولا أعمل حد يعمل لي.
ابو مالك ابعت لي بعد اللايف، انا ببعت لك سكرين شوت وين بالضبط تعمل خطوات عشان تعمل الرابط تبعك في الصفحه يبين للناس.
انا عملت لك اضافه انا ان شاء الله.
خلص بعت لي بس رساله.
Okay, wait.
ولا يهمك.
He does have a PayPal. He says that he honestly had no idea how to put that into his bio.
Okay.
So ML Talks just told him to connect with her after, and she'll go ahead and help him get that set up.
Awesome. And then Amal, when I give you my WhatsApp today, if you can give me his link as well so I can add it to my link tree, that would be amazing.
I will, sister.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you. Thank both of you all. Like, I knew he told me that before, DJ K. I just wanted to make sure that I had the numbers exactly right. And I know that other people they don't like it because every time I see him, I bring him up, but that's just going to be the case. It just is.
Yeah, I'll be honest. This is the first I'm hearing about this, Dani.
Yeah, he told me a while back.
And it's hard for me to even even since I lost the other account, right? I kind of would have mutuals, but with this account, the mutuals are pretty much gone, right?
Got
so
you. Yeah.
It's hard for me to kind of correlate the two and whatnot. But yeah, that's absolutely insane.
Yeah,
I can't even believe that.
He told me
my 7-year-old is more than that, weighs more than that. My
Yeah.
7-year-old son.
Bella does. Matter of fact, Mila does. So here's the thing. So when he was on here the very first time, he told me that. I kept him up here and I was so grateful. I think he got 25K in coins that day. And that was the day because I was like, I was just in tears. Somebody in the comments made me really mad because they were like, that's not real. And I was like, it is a real thing. And let me explain to you what the fuck it is. And yeah. And I was like, listen, we don't question our friends. Absolutely not. And so, yes, I had to eat somebody up that day. I got it. Jamie, I'll send it to his PayPal.
I wanted to add something is that this might be common here because of the starvation. It sometimes can damage the the parts of the body, especially the stomach and the feeding system inside our bodies. And in some part, they will fail getting the vitamins and the minerals from the food, which gonna lead, of course, to lose the weight and failure to other parts in the body.
Yeah.
So those are side effects of the starvation. And I'm pretty sure if we looked at the hospitals, we're going to see many cases that's just not up there, not on the social media,
Yeah. And the thing about it too, folks, for you to understand is it also makes them susceptible to different infections. And you have to remember and understand that Israel intentionally went after water filtration systems. They intentionally went after infrastructure and the water plants and all of those things. And so the ability to have regular, like clean, non, bacterial things like that, right? It's just not there. And so it creates, imagine being in a tent. You all know what it's like when you're out camping and you know what I mean? So imagine that, but in this situation. Go ahead, Amal. I know you wanted to add something else.
Yeah, I'm running out of phone charge, but I wanted to tell you this. As an architect, unfortunately, there is a side that no one is paying attention. If you know what are the idea of doing to the tunnels to destroy them? Do you know what they're doing? They're pouring pure cement inside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that they are pouring cement to close those tunnels? Yeah, so basically the best procedure that they are doing, instead of bombing those tunnels, they are pouring cement. And they have been doing this especially in Rafah tunnels to close it and bury alive whoever inside those tunnels. So when they pour the cement, we all know that the tunnels goes deep down in the ground and they're going left and right like in a huge map that we can't imagine. Unfortunately, this is affecting the deep water. Cement, after a few years, it is going to dissolve and then it's going to make the water toxic. And this is going to spread pollution.
Mm-hmm.
And this is damaging the soil layers. So as an architect, we all know before we build something, we have to study the sand and study the soil and how much it can we can load over that, maybe one floor, maybe two floors, like based on studies that we do on how much the soil can handle.
Right.
When they are doing this, they are literally messing with everything, so the calculations will be wrong, and this is going to fail all, like everyone who's gonna try to build in the future. So this is a problem, and this is also affecting anyone who wants to dig a well. And some point they will hit those cement and it's going to be impossible to find the water after that. So this is a big problem that I don't think that many people talked about it, and it has many not hit points, but yeah, there are many details that we have to talk about them sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you, Amal.
Dani, can I just add something real quick, if you don't mind?
Sure.
So not only when we talk about that there's a G side and H cost, right? Israel committed an eco side as well. They are trying to completely destroy all of it, right? You know, when we saw at the beginning, they tried flooding the tunnels with salt water, you know, even with the chemical weapons that they've used in Gaza. You know, it absolutely 100% has an effect on our climate control, and really anything that Palestinians could really use to better themselves, right? As far as, you know, whether you're trying to plant, you know, food or trying to collect rainwater, which you know it is actually illegal for Palestinians to collect rainwater in the West Bank and Gaza, which is insane to me, right? And this has been an ongoing thing for decades. But not only, right, are they unaliving people, they are trying to, we all know this, right? They're trying to make life as miserable as possible for them, so that way they can ethnically cleanse them and call it voluntary migration, right? And this goes to the point of what we were talking about earlier with the Rafah crossing, where Israel wants to open the crossing one way only out. So Palestinians will leave to get medical assistance or whatever the case may be, but they're refusing to allow nearly 50,000 Palestinians back in from Egypt. One thing Egypt did say is, nope, we're not opening it just one way. It's going to be open both ways so people can come in and go back out as well. But Israel is refusing. Now, I don't know if you heard this today, Dani, as well. So H has released the last... They've released the last unalived captive, the POW, that was stuck under the rubble.
Yeah.
So they released them. They have Israel confirmed that that body's in their possession, which would mean that now they should be able to go ahead and move to the second phase.
Yep.
But as we know, Israel is not interested in going into the second phase. They just want to continue to ethnically cleanse Palestinians. And I'm really curious to see, you know, what this is going to bring. What this is going to bring, because like really, I said it in my live earlier today, H has been able to pull off a miracle, in my opinion, by able to recover all 28 of these bodies without having the proper equipment to be able to dig them out.
Yep. And that was my thing. I think that's why Israel put it in the agreement, is because they thought they wouldn't be able to fulfill it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's really what I think. I will double check it for you, Blue Honey Pot, when we're done. So the fact that they've been able to do it is incredible. But it will be interesting to see what happens after this. A couple of things that I want to point out. You guys know my friend Bilal up here, who is also a Palestinian journalist. He joins when he can. Sometimes he can't join because he's working. He keeps going between the North and the South. A while back, I was like, because he'd lost, I don't know if you even know this, DJK, Bilal had lost like 40 pounds at one point. I saw him and he was like, I could see like right here. And I was like, you look really, and so I messaged him, and that's when I found out he'd lost weight. And so I was able to, a friend of mine and I were able to send a little bit of support, but so it's another reason why when I see him, I bring him up, because he's still working. And as everyone knows, when you are a journalist in Palestine, it is not safe work. Not that anything is safe, but you know that they specifically target journalists. So every time I see his face, I'm so happy to see his face, because, you know, he's still here and all the things. And yeah, so anyway.
I'm sorry, Dani, if I can just تفضل بلال، تفضل
حبيبي DJK، الله يعطيك العافية وشكرا كثير على التوضيح بخصوص المعبر، وإنه المصريين فعلا رفضوا إنه المعبر يكون باتجاه واحد. لكن في شغلة حابين نوضحها بخصوص المقاتلين العالقين الآن في مدينة رفح. الكل بيعرف إنه في مقاتلين من المقاومة الفلسطينية لا زالوا عالقين في أنفاق مدينة رفح. اليوم كان هناك يعني مقاتلة بين المقاتلين الفلسطينيين وبين الجيش الإسرائيلي، وكان هناك إصابات من الجيش الإسرائيلي، والآن الإسرائيلي يحاول الرد على مدن قطاع غزة ويعتبره انتهاك لوقف إطلاق النار. لكن الكل يعلم أن الاحتلال رفض الإفراج عن هؤلاء المقاتلين وعودتهم إلى المناطق المسموح بها يعني كما يسميها الاحتلال هي المناطق الخضراء. لكن هؤلاء المقاتلين رفضوا الاستسلام، ورفضوا أيضا أن يعني رفضوا الاستسلام ورفضوا يعني إلا أن يقاتلوا هذا الجيش الإسرائيلي. اليوم خرج 3 منهم وقاموا بتفجير عبوة ناسفة في في دبابة تعود للجيش الإسرائيلي. يعني كان هناك عدد من الإصابات في صفوف جيش الاحتلال، والاحتلال جن جنونه. يعني المقاومة الفلسطينية أعلنت أنها لا يوجد هناك تواصل بين المقاومة وبين من هم في أنفاق مدينة رفح حتى هذه اللحظة.
بس خليني بس أترجم، بدي أجرب أترجم كل شيء اللي حكيته. بس خليني أسألك سؤال. أول شيء أنا شفت هذه العملية اللي صارت بين حماس وبين اليهود. كم من واحد منهم مصابين وكم من واحد من الجيش انقتلوا اليوم؟ عارف ولا مش عارف؟
يعني لا هو الجيش لم يعلم، يعني ما وضعش.
أنا سمعت 4 بس أكيد أزود.
اللي تم نشره عبر الإعلام الإسرائيلي إنه هناك 4 إصابات، منهم 3 إصابات خطيرة.
Okay. So he's basically telling us about clashes that happened between H and between the Jewish army today in Rafah. So basically, there was 2 from what I have seen. There was 2 fighters from H that were actually trying to get out from the tunnels, and on their way out, there was clashes with the IDF. They were launching RPGs, as well as there was PPU fire. And in these clashes, there were from the IDF 4 casualties, which include 3 that were critically injured. But we know that they don't really put out the proper information, right? They hide the information. Right. So what Israel is trying to say right now is that these clashes were a clear breach of the ceasefire deal, right? Which is absolutely insane, because as we were talking about earlier with what Ahmed was talking about, the cement inside of the tunnels, it's because there was, I think, 200 to 400 fighters inside these tunnels, and Israel was trying to suffocate them by pouring cement into there, unaliving them, right? Which is a clear breach. So Israel continues to act with impunity, thinks that everybody should cease, and they're the only ones to fire. So now they're claiming that this is a breach of the ceasefire, and they are threatening with airstrikes in the coming hours. Meanwhile, like you stated, right, over nearly 400 Palestinians have been unalived since October 10th, with nearly 500 violations of the ceasefire from the Israelis, from the Jewish state. And we have seen of those 400, nearly almost 100 of which are children, and nearly 1,000 of which have been injured. So it's absolutely insane that they continue to use this, right? They commit these atrocities, and they have violated the ceasefire agreement, the supposed ceasefire agreement, nearly close to about 500 times.
Yeah, fuck them people.
I want to clear some things. That's the last.
أيوة تحكي إنجليزي، يحكي إنجليزي.
لا مش كثير، أكثر مني. بس هو للتوضيح انه يعني هؤلاء المقاتلين فاوضت عليهم المقاومه كذا مره، والاحتلال رفض انه يعني يترك لهم مجال بالعوده الى المنطقه الخضراء، ورفض تسليمهم للجانب الفلسطيني. ولا يوجد لديهم خياران: اذا قاموا هؤلاء المقاومين بالدفاع عن انفسهم وخروجهم من الانفاق للبحث عن الطعام، يأخذها الجيش الإسرائيلي كذريعة للاستمرار وقصف المدنيين في المناطق الخضراء في قطاع غزة، وإن بقوا سيتم يعني محاصرتهم لفترة أطول لكي يستسلموا. وهؤلاء المقاتلين قالوا كلمتهم: إما النصر أو الشهادة، هم لن يستسلموا. هذا هو وضع هؤلاء المقاتلين في أنفاق مدينة رفح. الوضع صعب جدا، ولا يمكن لهم العودة ولا
So
يمكن لهم
Bilal is a
المقاتلة.
Palestinian journalist who is giving us
بس أنا
information,
عندي بلال عندي
and
ترجمة
DJ
مش
K is
100%
translating
خصوصي
and giving us
بالعربي
like
الفصحى.
real
أنا عندي
updates in
العربي
real time
مش
as to what's
يعني زي ما
happening
بشوف
in
مش 100%.
Gaza and in
بترجم.
Palestine today.
وبالنسبة للي أنا قرأت عنها
I
بالنسبة
know, I
للعملية
saw.
بكونهم
Thanks,
عنها.
Sandy.
بس متأسف إذا نسيت إشي ولا إذا إذا أنت حابب بعد ما أخلص توضح بالإنجليزي تفضل. But basically, he's wanting to make sure that that I clarified, right, that these clashes were actually in the green zone, right? And Israel has been consistently targeting inside the green zone. He talked about the fighters that were in the tunnels that Israel refused to allow safe passage to under the agreement. And basically, I think that he was also saying, I'm trying, his Arabic is like very, very proper, so it's a little bit difficult for me to catch every word.
He's laughing.
I told him, and really, I'll be honest with you, Dani, I've read about the story already today.
Yeah.
That's why I caught on to what he was saying, and then I went ahead and just, based off of what I read as well.
Yeah.
They continue to target in the green zone, right?
Thank you,
in the
Aline.
zone, there's no, we talk about this yellow line, right? There is no yellow line. They target wherever they want to. We even seen,
right.
And this is me speaking here, not from what he was saying, but we even seen, like you were talking about it earlier, the two young boys, Fadi and Jum'a Abu Asi. They were 8 and 11 years old, trying to collect firewood for their caregiver. I believe it was either the father or the grandfather. The father that's in a wheelchair.
Yep.
Right. And Israel called them, they were a
threat.
Right. An 8-year-old and an 11-year-old. And it's kind of hilarious when I see the IDF Twitter account calling them a supposed threat, and they eliminated this threat. And community notes called out and said, well, these were 8 and 11-year-olds. What kind of threat? Right. But so they were not within the yellow lines. They targeted them. They continue to work with impunity, unaliving babies, women, children, civilians, men, whatever you want to call it. And really anybody and everybody, whether it's inside the yellow line or outside the yellow line. So
yeah, 100. And I want people to understand when they say this was in the green zone. So per the agreement, anybody in the green zone is supposed to have safe passage. So what Israel is doing in this green zone is not in accordance with the agreement. Nothing that they do is really, but I'm just making that distinction. So it tickles me, DJ K, because Bilal speaks and understands decent English, right?
Thanks.
I know.
Yeah, I understand, but I can't speak English. I got because you speak better than me for me.
You can't speak English very good وانا عندي العربي مش very good.
That's why I was laughing.
بنمشي الحال يعني
بنطلع بواحد.
Because this is what's funny when he said I want to clear and you were like, wait, he's speaking English.
Right? I'm like, go for it, bro.
It was so funny. Very cute, very funny. Oh geez, appreciate you, DJ K.
No problem. Can I give some good news real quick?
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop down. So I did see something today that was really heartwarming. It made me very happy this morning. In Khan Yunis, there was a mass wedding. 54 couples actually got married today near Khan Yunis. And it's amazing. It goes to show.
I saw them. It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. It was the thobe ceremony, right?
Yeah.
Basically, they were all wearing their thobe, their traditional garments and so on. It really, I swear to you, Dani, it was probably one of the best things I've seen so far this week.
Yeah, it was a communal wedding.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It just shows the resilience, and it shows that no matter what the occupation does, no matter what the Jewish state does to us, that you will not take away our joy. Right?
It was a wedding in Visible String. It was a wedding. And so it was a communal. So all of these couples came together and they were in their traditional garb and it was absolutely gorgeous. When I saw it, I was just like, oh. And what's so crazy is you see these beautiful couples coming with this gorgeous attire. And then in the background, you can literally see half blown up buildings in the background. It's just the juxtaposition between those images is just Wild.
It was so beautiful. And Danny, this is one thing I've been saying, right? And I know there's not a lot of Palestinians here, but this is some advice I've always given to Palestinians, even in the diaspora. Continue to populate this world with Palestinians, right? I have 4 myself, and I swear to you, I really am. My wife and I are considering having more. Why? Because no matter how hard they try to wipe us off of this earth, to wipe away our existence and deny our existence, it is resistance for us to continue to create.
Yeah.
And you know what? No matter what they try to do, they're not going to wipe us out. We will continue to reproduce and reproduce. And this is why a lot of people were saying, they're against these weddings. How can people be celebrating in the diaspora these weddings while this is going on? And yes, although I agree, so a lot of times it is they overspend. I'll be honest, some of these weddings here, they run about $100,000, if not more. But my thing is, no, let them continue to get married because we need to continue to populate this world with babies. I'm just being real with you.
I got you.
That was the biggest thing that I swear to you, it made my morning. And that's what caused me to open my live this morning at 8:30. I opened the live for like 2 hours and I was like, you know what? This is going to be the beginning of the topic. So,
yeah.
But anyhow, yeah, I just wanted to point that out. But Danny, I am going to drop down unless you have any questions or anything or whatnot. Or
no.
All right.
So yeah, no, I appreciate you. If you could just tell them, because I have a 1 o'clock today, it's my hard stop. So if you can just let them know that in the comments. I kept trying to bring up Soha, and I'm going to try again. Her internet is really bad today. I have 9 minutes though. Yeah. So if you could just let people know that.
Yeah, no problem. سهى الشكل عندك ضعيف النت مظبوط؟ أنت على البانل موجودة عندنا سهى؟ I don't know if she's connected, but either way, it looks like she's been able to receive right now.
Guys, if you can give her what you can give her while you can. We actually have images of her daughter. She needs help. Like, I know everybody does. While I have her up and she's connected, if you guys can help her out, please do. If you've got magic coins, okay?
طيب يا اخواني من غزه اللي بالتعليقات، داني بدها تسكر البث كمان 8 دقائق على الساعه 1 تقريبا. عندنا في 8 دقائق بدها تسكر البث، عندها موعد. بس طولوا بالكم عليها، ان شاء الله المره الجايه يوم تفتح بث بتجرب تساعد الجميع الباكين. بس هي تحبتها كل شيء منها. خلاص بعد سهى مش رح تطلع ولا حدا ثاني. اللي موجودين هلكيت على البث اللي رح يضلوا على البث لاخر 8 دقائق موجود مفتوح الباب. All right, Dani. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. I'll see you around, inshallah.
All right. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Allah ma'ak, habibi. Allah ma'ak.
Take care.
Him with the English. Take care. Take care. Mister, I don't speak it well. Take care. Take care.
Become crazy. What's happening?
It's so funny. So I haven't seen Raja today. I will say that I sent him a message and it took a while for it to even show that it was delivered. So, Bilal, do you know what's happening in Khan Yunis today? Any boom booms in Khan Yunis today?
And I think every time there is boom boom in Khan Yunis and Israel, Gaza, but I think today in the Western in Khan Yunis is free targeting.
Okay.
This is the red region, not green region.
Okay.
After yellow line, there is like yellow line. Yeah, I think that. But we are afraid maybe today the Israel says will targeting in the green region after this operation happening in Rafah.
Okay. So yeah, so I haven't seen Raja or Muhammad OS today. Muhammad OS's message still hasn't gone through, so I think he just doesn't have internet. But if anybody sees them, let them know that we will be back. Yeah, he does speak some English. He just doesn't think he speaks it well, but he does. He speaks English just fine. So
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, because I can speak something.
Yeah, you do just fine. And the more that you speak English, the better it gets. So yeah.
Inshallah, sister.
Inshallah. So yes, Scotty. So everybody that we have set a goal to help them get a tent because they did not have anything. We have succeeded in being able to do that. So yeah.
Look. Right now I am working in our office.
I
am working at the same office.
I see you are working in the office.
Yeah,
Inshallah.
my colleague also, Muhammad Dani. Do you know him?
That's Aziz? No,
Muhammad
I can't see
Dani,
Muhammad.
not Dani.
Zani. Hi, Habibi. Cameraman. I got you, Habibi.
Welcome,
Thank you. Shukran.
Yeah, I'm working right now in headquarters, not from the street.
Yeah, you're in an office today. He's normally on the street. I normally see him outside of a hospital or on the street somewhere, always videoing. He sends me pictures sometimes of him videoing. You saw a lot of 3 a.m.s with some of our Pally friends. Okay, cool. So yeah, but it's good to see you as always, my friend. Glad you are well.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I have an appointment, guys. I have to go. Soha, I'm so glad that you were able to connect. Abu Malik, good to see you. Inshallah, things will get better for you and for your kids. Inshallah. So I appreciate you guys. I love you dearly.
And we appreciate you a lot every time.
Love you
all. Always. Take care.
All right. I appreciate you guys. Love you, mean it. And I will talk to you all later. Yeah, Shimmy, we did the election already. We were able, he's messaging me. I love it. So Raja is good. Listen, he said, I'm fine. Okay, good. So see, it always, Red Hot Girl, sit down. It always makes me nervous when I don't hear from them, especially if I send a message and it doesn't go blue and it takes a while. It's like you hold your breath just a little bit. You hold your breath just a little bit. Okay. So yeah, Shimmy, it rattles me too. But it was a big Shimmy, the results from the election was a big win because this used to be just a year ago. Democrats lost that seat by 22 points. And they closed that lead down to 9 points. So it was really good. So I have an appointment in 3 minutes. I have to go. Love you, mean it. I will be battling A-Money later tonight. So I will see you guys later. Okay. Love you, mean it, folks. See you later. Bye. Cancel. End.